Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, part of Ciocca Car and Truck Country of Flemington. To take a look at this brand new 2023 Dodge Hornet. This is the GT Plus all-wheel drive. Previously we took a look at the regular GT. Now we got the Plus with extra features. The color here is called 8-Ball. So we're going to check this out, see what it's bringing to the market in this compact SUV segment. So let's dig in. All right, here we are on the front of this 8-Ball Hornet GT Plus. 8-Ball is the color, if I haven't mentioned that already. LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED fog lamps, LED turn signals, no fog lamps on the Hornet GT Plus. Functionality in the grille top and bottom, that nice red Dodge badge in the middle, looking good. We do have some vent design here on either side. Would have liked to see them punch that through for some functional side air curtains, but we do have functional heat extractors up on top of the hood to suck all that hot air out of the engine bay. Wheel and tire setup on the Hornet GT Plus all-wheel drive. We have an 18-inch gloss black wheel, Dodge badge on the center cap. Might have liked to see that Dodge badge in red with the black center cap like we have on the front grille. Let me know what you think about that. Standard brake and rotor package. These 18-inch wheels are wrapped in Goodyear Eagle Sport all-season tires, 225 on the width, a 55 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. All right, the full side profile on this 8-Ball Hornet, and it is murdered out. No chrome on the side. It's all either flat black or the 8-Ball paint. That is it. Color matched door handles. The black wheels were all blacked out. Looking stealth. Let me know how you like this vibe on this new Hornet. But again, the Hornet is riding on the Alfa Romeo Tonale platform. So if you see an Alfa Romeo Tonale and the Dodge Hornet, we're looking at practically almost the same vehicle. Dodge has made obviously some tweaks to make it look like a Hornet, and the GT is coming gas only, where the Tonale comes as a plug-in hybrid. So there's some slight differences, but the basic design of this car is Italian, and I love Italian designs. Let me know what you think about this Hornet. As we move in closer, we got the flat black around the wheel wells. We got the blacked out Hornet badge. My apologies for the dirt on the vehicle, but it's been raining out here and it's been a mess. We have our gloss black side view mirror with LED turn signals and 360-degree cameras in the GT Plus. We also have color match front and rear door handle. Now, since this is a European-made car, we have our fuel filler cap on the right side. Up top, we got a roof spoiler coming off the top. We have color matched Swiss shark fin antenna and a panoramic roof. All right, the back end of this Hornet, we have the roof spoiler coming off the top. We have the rear wiper down below, but instead of the glass coming straight across, I like the design they put in this glass. Coming down in this type of shape, meeting here in the middle, almost has a soft point here, which looks nice. I also like the LED tail lights and the turn signals that come across and meet right in the middle with the lit up Dodge badge. I think that looks good in red. We have the blacked out Hornet badge on the left, GT on the right, flat black on the bumper area, and we have functional dual exhaust tucked up underneath the vehicle. Let me know if you think they should have brought some tailpipes out through the bumper for this vehicle rather than tucking them up underneath. All right, we're under the hood of this 2023 Dodge Hornet GT Plus. And what are we looking at for a power plant? Well, we have a 2-liter turbocharged Hurricane 4-cylinder engine mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, 268 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 21 in the city, 29 on the highway, 24 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 91, so you'll need to use premium unleaded fuel. However, the owner's manual is recommending that for optimal engine performance, you use a minimum octane rating of 93, so you'll need to use super unleaded fuel. All right, before we get into the interior of this Hornet, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this GT Plus all-wheel drive Hornet cost? Now, we saw the GT. A little while back, that MSRP was right in the $34 to $36,000 range. I can't remember exactly, but that's where it was. Now, the GT Plus is going to add some features, and so we're going to pay more for this car. So, the base price for the GT Plus all-wheel drive trim before options is $35,735. Now, this particular GT Plus all-wheel drive has the following equipment options. It has customer preferred package 23L, which is the Tech Plus without parallel and perpendicular park assist for an additional $2,245. That gets you the intelligent speed assist, active driving assist system, surround view camera system, drowsy driver detection, and the Park Sense front, rear, side park assist. It also has the GT Blacktop package for an additional $1,995. It's going to get you the gloss black painted mirror caps, the dark Hornet badge, the dark GT badge, the gloss black painted side window moldings, the 225/55/18 all-season tires, and the 18 by 7.5 inch Abyss finish aluminum wheels, and a leather-wrapped steering wheel. We have to then add in an additional $350 for the compact spare tire, and then add in an additional $1,595 for destination and delivery from the Parmigiano, Italy assembly plant. And we have a total MSRP on this Hornet from the factory of $41,920. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. The floor mats are in the cargo area of the car right now. Seats, power seats with lumbar for the driver and the front passenger. And then we have black leather seats with the gray stitching, solid, firm side bolstering. We have the Dodge badge in the front of the headrests, looking good. Some red stitching on the armrest and on the door. Might have liked to seen that red stitching carried out on the seats along with this Dodge badge. Let me know what you think. But overall, good looking leather interior. All right, door panel action. We got soft touch up top. We got brushed aluminum on the door handle, flat black on the switch gear, Harman Kardon sound system in here. Nice soft armrest with the stitching. Like how the door panel looks. Up top on the dash, soft touch up here. More black with red stitching this time on the dash that comes all the way across to the driver's cockpit. Do like the design of the heat and air vent. Down below here, we have a nice large glove box. Actually, a really huge glove box. Infotainment screen. Here we go. We have a 10.25-inch Uconnect 5. Uconnect 5 means wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, touch screen action, where if you want to go to your map, you can bring your map up. Look at that beautiful response, no glitching at all. Really well done there. We can go back to our home. You can go to your media. You got your radio stations plus your Sirius XM. Plus you can Bluetooth your phone and obviously use the wireless CarPlay and Android Auto to play whatever you would like to play. We can go to our comfort settings, and here we have our dual climate control with sync capability, as well as 3-stage heated seats and 3-stage ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger, and a heated steering wheel, so they got you covered there. But all of those controls are going to be inside the infotainment screen. There aren't any hard redundant controls outside of it. We can go to our nav. We can go to our vehicle settings, and of course I have it set on performance pages where you can get your technical gauges and you can get your accessory gauges down here. There we go. And now you get your oil temp, transmission temp, battery. So they got all that action going. You can go to My Car and you can get all of the overview of your car and when the next service is due. You got your trip odometer, how much fuel you're using, what range you have, your trips, A and B. You got your controls where you can control your screen and surround view cameras. And then you got your general settings where you can go through and take care of the brightness of the screen, how to set up your turn-by-turn navigation, set a theme. You can go in and set your theme 1 or theme 2, and then go back to your nav. And now we have theme 2 set up. And then also, if you want a shortcut up here, here's your climate controls up here. And here you can just bring this small window down and adjust your temp or your heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel from here as well. So they got a couple of ways to do it. We look at our backup camera, beautifully and clear, really nice with the 360-degree view. So I like the way that camera's set up. And also, let me go back to that, you can change your views of the camera depending on what you want to see when you bring it up. So that's a nice touch too. So I like how this Uconnect 5 is one of the best infotainment systems around. We have 2 heat and air vents that are 4-way hazards. And then down here we do have some hard controls for our heat and air, but nothing for the heated seats or heated steering wheel. That's inside the infotainment screen. Here's our engine stop start. Turn on the car. Here is our engine auto stop start on off. I always leave that off. We have a 12-volt USB-C, USB-A, and a wireless charger. So we're set there. Here's the gear shift to go through this 9-speed auto. Nice gator. Would have probably liked to see some red stitching in here to go along with the red stitching on the armrest and on the dash. Let me know what you think about that. And now this is our volume controls right here. And then we have an electronic emergency brake. Down here you have your traction control off and our parking sensors off. Down further, 2 cup holders. Love this gray trim in here rather than gloss black plastic. That'll keep the fingerprints away. Thought that was a good choice to go with. Here is our key fob, unlock, lock, pop the tailgate, remote start, panic button, Dodge badge on the back, nice weight. And then here we have the armrest, nice and soft with the stitching. And then we open that up and the storage in here is fairly small. All right, here's our Dodge steering wheel. Nice leather wrap steering wheel, nice 10 2 notches, flat bottom. Gives you some sportiness as well as helps you get in and out of the vehicle. So you won't hit your leg on the steering wheel getting in and out. I like that touch. Flat black on the switch gear, which I like. There's your sport button if you want to rock big time in this GT Plus. Then we have flat black on the switch gear where we have our cruise control and safety suite controls on the left. And on the right, you have your telephone commands as well as the controls for your volume and for your digital dash. Now, as we come over here, here we go with our directionals right here and our bright lights. And then on the right side, you got both wipers front and back. Down here, you can set your headlights and pop the tailgate and brighten dim the dash. It's a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then we have our 12.3-inch digital dash display where you can go through and you can get other information that you would like to see in here. So it's a nice, easy system to use. And you can bring up your nav on here too. So it's right in front of you, which is a nice touch. Almost like that Audi virtual cockpit action that you see. I said almost, not like it, because Audi's virtual cockpit is one of a kind. But it gives you that vibe. And then your miles per hour gauge moves up top. And you also have your adaptive high beams, which I like as well in here. But it's a really nice piece of technology to use. And when you push that sport button, then you go right into sport, and sport is on, comes on here as well, ready to rock and roll like a big dog in sport. That's how we'll be rocking in this Hornet today. But a nice setup here in the Hornet. Overhead console, we have LED dome lighting and our roof controls. You want the lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door. The picture of this car with the open door, that remains in the off position with the light off. Then when you open the door, your lighting will come on. When you close the door, your lighting will go off. Now, we have these controls for the roof. So you have the shade on the left, the glass on the right, and then you have the tilt function down here. And I have big fat fingers, and if I hit this one, then everything gets I'm just totally discombobulated. So here's our shade. You hit the open button, hold it in for a sec, and it goes all the way back. Plain and simple, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. You hit the open button for the glass on the right side, hold it in for a second, and the glass goes back. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. Now to close it up, we hit the close button right here, and don't hit that tilt function button. You got to be careful with your fingers, and the roof will close. And then we hit the close button for the shade. Be careful, don't hit that tilt button with your fat fingers like I did a couple of times before, and now that will close up. So there you go, success. Now, a sun visor with vanity and a light. Does it slide? Yes, it does, to block out the side sun. Driver's door panel, we have 3 memory seat settings, which is a nice touch. And with this button down here in the middle, we got power fold mirror action here in the Hornet GT Plus. All right, backseat area of the Hornet. I have the seat set for my driving position. So let's get right in here. Duck your head a little bit. This roof slopes back a bit. If you're tall, you could bump your head. Once you're in, though, you got enough room for your knees and your head and your shoulders at 5'11". Leather comes all the way down into the seat pocket, so no plastic back here, which is nice. And then on the center console area, you have 2 heat and air vents, USB-C, USB-A, looking good. And then on the back door panel, we got the same action going on, except the material up top, instead of soft touch like on the front door, is hard black plastic. So there you have the front door panel looking good, the back door panel with the same vibe, but the hard black plastic up top, which I'm not in love with in $42,000 vehicle. Leather seats in the back with the gray stitching, with the nice headrests, nice and comfortable, looking good. And then we have a huge armrest, really soft, 2 cup holders, and a place to maybe stick your phone in there if you want. And you got the pass-through to the cargo area. So that's a nice touch. But overall, it's pretty comfortable back here. Just make sure you duck when you get in and you don't knock your head. All right, cargo area in this Hornet GT Plus. You can pop it from the dash or from your key fob, or you come to the back and right above the license plate, there's a button. Hit that, beeps a couple of times. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist with this button right here. This right here, this ribbon, this free. Now, we have a good amount of storage space here in the back of this Hornet. Like how it looks. The tonneau cover, obviously. Security shade, what do you want to call it? I'm not a big fan of these, but it can be removed. Now, in the back, what do we got? We got lighting. We got a 12 volt right there. So they got you covered there. Underneath the floor, we got our carpeted floor mats and our spare. So that is a nice touch. And now, to get the rear seats down, we got to move this tonneau cover down by taking these things off. So I can reach in and push the button and send the seats down. And push this button and send the seats down. They're a little stiff, probably never been down before. Let me just shove it down. It's held up by the seat belt. Now we'll put this tonneau cover back up. And now, with the seats down, it's not completely flat, but you do have a nice large amount of space for storage in the back of this Hornet. So that's a good use of space here by Dodge in the back of this vehicle. All right, here's our GT Plus window sticker. We'll move on in, give you a close-up of all the action. Optional equipment, MSRP warranty information, your fuel economy estimates, not rated yet, and where everything is made. Let's take her out for a spin. All right, we're on the road in this 2023 Dodge Hornet GT Plus all-wheel drive. Right now, I'm driving it in normal mode. And right away, what do we got? We got great visibility out the windshield, side view mirrors, rear glass, no problem, side glass, no problem. I got the safety suite of technology in here, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz is in this Dodge Hornet, which is good. The ride here in the Hornet in the normal mode is firm. Now, not surprising, since this is an Italian-built vehicle and European rides tend to be more firm than American rides do. So it is firm. So if you want a soft, cushy SUV, this may be too firm for you. It's got a really firm ride. Now the seats are nice and comfortable, but that suspension is set stiff in this Hornet GT Plus. I don't mind it because I like a little edge to my SUV. But if you're looking for something more comfortable, this is going to be firm. And not surprising, since this is coming out of Italy, and that's the way the Italians roll with their cars. Everything is geared towards performance, even the regular cars. Steering, fabulous. Absolutely fabulous steering. We have a very, very solid feeling steering wheel. It doesn't feel light, it doesn't feel vague, it feels pretty heavy. Not really heavy, but heavy. And it is immediately responsive when you want to turn this vehicle. So the steering is spot freaking on. Now the all-season tires are going to let this down as far as the performance goes, but this Hurricane 4-cylinder really brings some nice power, plenty of power. Now we're going to do an emergency brake test in 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Straight line, no problem. Now here we go. Take it on off. Speed automatic, shifting smoothly, going through the twisty bits here a little bit. Nicely done. Well done here with this 8-speed with the Hurricane engine. Plenty of power for this small compact SUV. Plenty. And they gave it an edge. I mean, they really gave it an edge. Let me get my dealer plate back up on the dash since that flew off. There we go. Really gave it a nice edge. So you can drive this thing around town, daily drive it, commute with it, whatever you want to do. But on the weekend, you can stick this thing in sport mode and have some fun with it on the twisty bits. But I would get rid of the all-season tires if you want to do that, and go, if you want to go all-season, go with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s on the all-season side, or Pilot 4 all-seasons, to give it some more stick, and you'll still get the wearability. So now, there goes my plate again. All right, now we're going to stick this baby into sport mode. There we go. Come to a stop, see how she rolls in sport. 3, 2, 1. Gotta wait a second for the turbos to spool up, but then she's gone, off to the races. Now we're up to speed and rolling down the road like big dogs. Nicely done there. Now, this isn't going to be like 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. That ain't going to happen, but it has really got some nice edge to it, some nice performance to it, where the average person like me who wants to go out on the weekend and just have a little fun on the twisty bits, you can do this in this Hornet. No problem. But love the way it's set up. Set up really, really well. Now, as far as the tech goes in here, now you got to remember, when we saw the base GT, we're at like 35, 36 grand, somewhere in there. Here we're at 42. Right? That can be a little expensive for a Hornet GT, but you know what? You're getting some nice stuff. Number one, you're getting, just like in the previous GT, you're getting the 10.25-inch Uconnect 5 wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, but now you got heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel up front. got the wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A connectivity, 12-volt action. In the back, you got connectivity in the back with USB-A, USB-C action. So they're giving you some good storage space as well. So they really have this set up nicely. And still, I think at $42,000, it's a pretty attractive price point for something like this. With this kind of edge to it, this kind of performance edge to it, that you probably aren't going to see in another compact two-row SUV. So I think it's something that if you're looking for that compact two-row SUV and you want something that's going to ride a bit firmer, have a bit stiffer suspension, have more of that performance edge to it than maybe a regular compact two-row SUV like a Kia Sportage or a Hyundai Tucson or something like that, where you're just getting a normal one without really any performance edge, this one's going to give you a little bit more performance action. So it might be something that you want to take a look at if you're in the market. And if you like that European ride, then I would check this one out as well, because this has got a really nice firm Euro ride to it. But I would definitely check it out. Let me know what you think about this Hornet GT Plus. Would this be something you would buy, or are you going to the competition with your hard-earned money? Let me know what you think in the comments. But I would like to thank Ciocca, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram here in Flemington, New Jersey, for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Dodge Hornet GT Plus in 8-ball. Great name for a color. Dodge always has the best names for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.